3 countdown. Know when we go in.
Tricks is yours for the taking.
Feels so good. You know to come up, stack it.
Okay. Hello, this is Ray Ramirez from the Ray Ramirez podcast from the Lyric Lab, and we are broadcasting from the College of Staten Island and are being brought to you by the Liberty Partnership Program. We are here with a group of young people who have been taking this podcast 101 class, and so let's go around and introduce one another and take our hands off the microphone. All right.
Okay. Hi, I'm Mia and I am 13.
Hello everyone, my name is Sophie and I'm 16.
Hello everyone, my name is Yusuf Ayman and I'm going to become 15.
Konnichiwa, what's up? My name is Chase and I'm 15 years old.
I'm Yangzi, I'm 16 years old.
Hi everyone, my name is Yingling. I'm 15 years old.
Okay, so all of you have been here like on campus. So tell me, how has your summer been? Like, what have you been doing on campus? I know some of you are SYP. Well, one of you is SYP. The rest are getting sort of like college credit. So tell me, like, what have you been doing like on campus?
Well, we're in the Dreamers program and we've been learning a lot about hip hop mostly and culture too. It's been really interesting. We've been learning about a lot of stuff that I bet like no one has learned in actual like class. And it's really nice.
Can you tell me one example of something you've learned about hip hop?
Like we learned about how in hip hop the lyrics were meaning stuff that were happening during the day.
So true. Yeah.
Yeah, like this one song that we were listening to, like called Colors. Like this guy, he was talking about like how there was like gang violence and how like when when you were wearing different colors in another area, you would just get hurt and everything, and it was really bad.
Oh wow! So, thank you. How about you? Like something that what's been going on this summer for you?
It's been exciting. When I first hear about this, I thought it's gonna be like a normal class, but like once I came here, it's like a totally different thing, and like I've been like going out of my comfort zone and doing some of like things that I don't think I'll ever do.
So what's one thing you've done out of your comfort zone?
It's like dance.
Okay, yeah.
I'm still working on it, but like it's really bad.
Okay, no, that's good to push yourselves outside of your comfort zone is so important though, because you have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. If you're gonna be a lawyer, you're gonna have to go to law school, study the LSATs. That's uncomfortable. You must get comfortable with being uncomfortable, so that's critical. Go ahead. So talk about your summer so far.
My summer so far about the college now and Dreamers program. It was pretty fun, and we had to learn about hip hop, fun stuff about the African American history and hip hop dancing, and all of that. It was pretty fun.
Okay, definitely. How about you?
I definitely had to go out of my comfort zones a lot this summer. Like I had to talk in front of a lot of people, and I have to like do like a dance move in front of people, which I'm also really bad at. But yeah, that's basically my summer.
Okay, yes, yeah. How about you?
Sorry. I was excited before I came here, but it felt here's too boring, especially for some class, but I will not tell you.
Okay, thank you for not telling us. Okay, that's respectful. And how about you?
I think I get more confident in this summer because I get more chances to talk in front of so many people, and I'm really bad at public communication, but I'll try.
Okay, yes.
Also, when I feel like the stuff we're learning now is going to be really good when we go back to school, because we've been doing like in certain classes, speaking in front of like the class and presenting stuff. I feel like that would be really good for when I go back to school, because I hated like presenting, and if we ever had to do that now, I feel a little bit more comfortable than I was before.
No, thank you for that. And how about this podcasting class? Like, how's it been? Has it been terrible? Is it something that you're scared of? Something that you didn't think you would want to do? Anyone can speak to that.
I found it really interesting because like I actually had to work with equipment, and I've never done that before.
Oh.
Yeah, I've never seen podcast equipment. I've only seen it on like videos, but I've never been like in real life how to set it up and everything.
Yes.
And now that I did, I see it's really hard to actually set it up.
Yeah.
Cause then, but especially with these tables because they're like not balanced enough.
That's right. Yeah.
But it's really fun. I think it's really fun. It's like when I have to like when people have to like do like when talking and then it gets uploaded. Yeah, it's really nice.
Cool.
Yeah, it's been pretty fun, and like when you start doing it in the videos, it's just like a couple of minutes, but like behind the scene, you have to put in a lot of effort to like upload one single video.
Definitely to edit. Like I'm home editing, so if y'all do a 20-minute segment, it's gonna take me like an hour or more to finish editing that. Or
Yeah,
stuff like
and
that.
also like with us, like we have to like put all the mics in, and before we leave, we have to like put it all back in all the boxes and everything.
Yeah, that setup and that breakdown, that takes time. No, for sure.
Yeah.
But it's also like you said, that is a amazing job for people to have, right? And so maybe it could be something that you look into in the future that you never thought about. Maybe who knows? Okay, moving on. How do you feel about this class so far? This podcasting class?
It was enjoyable talking about stuff that I enjoy, like video games and maybe the upcoming one like music.
Yes.
It's pretty enjoyable. I did not expect and also surprising of how much equipment you have to do.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Yeah.
This is pretty a lot.
Yeah,
Pretty annoying if I can say.
The Liberty Partnership Program definitely. They bought a lot of nice equipment. I see kids walking around with cameras.
The camera program. Yeah. And also when I heard that they had to do homework, I was like, oh
wow.
They had to do homework for I think it's like taking pictures or something.
That's cool.
Yeah, and I remember when they first they were just taking pictures of everything. I remember I saw it when yeah.
Yeah, no, that's great. Okay, go ahead.
At first, I was very nervous about doing podcasting, but now I'm more comfortable with it, and I actually enjoy doing it now.
Cool. All right. How about you?
I think podcast class is the most interesting class compared to other class in the summer camp, and I think it also it's even the most interesting class I have ever been attending. Yeah.
Oh wow! Thank you. And that's part of it is it comes from you, right? It comes from like your interest and what you're interested in, and you just talking about it, right? And we're creating something great. And last but not least,
I think a podcast is funny and we can talk together. And I'm really nervous at the beginning because I never do a podcast before, and now it's more comfortable to do that, and it's more easier. It's much easier because
right? It's not so hard, right? For sure. Definitely. Thank you for your feedback. So tell me, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? So you can speak to your goals or your aspirations. Like 5 years from now, where will you be at 5 years from now? Where do you hope that you will be 5 years from now? So anyone can start. And not everyone has to answer if you don't have a clear answer, but anyone can say, 5 years from now, count the ages, where will you be? In 5 years.
I probably see myself like in a college or finally graduating high school. Probably enjoying my time, trying to go to college, passing the SAT, trying to go to a college where it can help me with law school, to help me go to a law university, or probably medical school.
Okay.
It's either these two.
Wow, okay.
I hope that. That's all I hope.
I think I'm probably still gonna be in college, just like studying my major and having fun at the same time.
Yeah, do not forget to have fun in college, right? I went to a prestigious college and it was very hectic, but we made sure we have fun. And so definitely do so. But keep it focused fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like probably in college, and I might get an art major because art is something that I really love, and if I could get like a major in it, I like that would be really good for me because it's something I actually do enjoy. So,
What kind of art are you doing?
well, like traditional.
Mm-hmm.
and I
painting,
also
drawing,
do.
and stuff like that?
Yeah, and also I do digital.
Okay, yes.
So yeah.
Anyone else would like to answer that question about 5 years from now? Where do you see yourself? Yeah, 5 years later.
Let's talk about closer years first. Like 2 years later, I wanna graduate from high school and go to a good college or university.
Yes.
And I want in the first summer after I graduated from high school, I wanna travel to Japan and go back to China and come back to American. And
Yes, yes.
and after my college years, I wanna get into a good company and make a lot of money.
Yes. Okay. That is not bad. That's a plan. And how about anyone else want to answer that question? And not everyone has to, but if anyone wants to, that's fine.
In 5 years, I
Yeah.
hope to get into the college I want to, and I just hope to have an enjoyable life. I just want to enjoy life.
So just speaking to that, if you could live in any other city in the world, where would you live and why? What city would you live if it wasn't New York? Where would you live and why? And who would speak to that? Anyone?
I'm not sure, but I would definitely go into a more quieter area because quiet areas are not too busy. There's not too much people. It's just more peaceful. I like the peace.
Okay. Anyone else would like to speak to? Like, where would they live?
I have the same target like him. I want to go very quiet
That
place.
could be neighbors, yeah.
Yeah, like I want to go. I want to live in some village in the future.
A village.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the United States?
Yeah, in the United
Okay,
States.
yeah.
I want to go to Colorado.
Colorado.
Yeah, because in winter there's a lot of snow and very quiet and a lot of villages.
Yes. Okay. Anyone else? Yes.
I was thinking of like a really chill place where it's like not too hot, but also not too cold. And also, I would love it if it's really quiet and about almost like everyone knows each other.
Okay. Yes.
I would like to go somewhere where it's more like a lot of nature and something. Like I remember my grandpa has a house in Pennsylvania, and it's so nice there because we have a lake in our backyard.
Wow.
So we can just go either on the boat because he has a boat. We can either go on row a boat out in the lake or just swim, and it's really nice. And when I thought of that, I'm like, I should move into places like nature and just somewhere fun.
Yeah, and that's interesting. When you're raised in a city, you tend to look for that, right?
Yeah.
And I felt like that when I went away to college, and it was just so far away from New York City and so far away from all the concrete, and I was just so happy.
Yeah,
to be away from that.
Yeah, in some places in Staten Island, there's a lot of it feels like we're in the suburbs because
Yes.
because there's trees and there's always nice people in my neighborhood. I almost know everyone there, and there's either people when it's a good day outside and sunny and everything, I see everyone walking their dog out, and it's so nice to see that. Because I remember I was born in Manhattan, Brooklyn, and it was so loud in the night, and I still remember it was so noisy. But now that I'm in here, it's quiet, but I like it. It's honestly really calming.
No, I definitely like Staten Island. It's definitely a change from the grind of New York City, but it's close enough that you're still a part of New York City, right? And there's certain areas which reminds you of real rough areas of New York City too. And so, okay, just moving on. So just thinking about the world today, what do you think is one of the biggest issues facing youth today? Youth in the world today?
I think it's gang violence. Gang music. Most people now listen to a lot of rappers that say racist or gang stuff.
Like the drill music and things like that.
That kind, or the style, it's so revealing and it doesn't give anything. It's too revealing. There's another way you can show yourself. Express yourself without showing half of your body.
Oh, right, yeah. So you're talking about a couple of things. You're talking about the violence, but also like you're talking about
How the fashion is right now.
the fashion, how it might be a little sexually overt.
Yeah, like
The-
that kind. And
Oh,
there's
okay.
also too much like a lot of rappers like have you seen, like the Kanye West one where we see like him like showing us like weird like racist kind of like one time I watched when I saw a photo of Kanye West's new like shirt like hoodie, it had like the KKK one, like the KKK hoodie on.
Right, yeah,
That kind of racism.
Yeah, people question some of the things that he's been doing for sure.
Yeah.
And saying yes.
Yeah, that's like with nowadays, like where people have like there's now celebrities, like there's Kylie Jenner and there's like Kanye West, but they're really not showing a great example for kids. Yeah,
You're right. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
you're definitely right. Anyone else want to talk about the biggest problem in the world today for youth? Yes.
I think it's like what is equal and what's not. A lot of kids have been struggling to know their identity, but when they're not educated on a lot of stuff like about race or about like gender and stuff like that, they feel like they're in a shell. And they always there's a lot of people that are still like there's a lot of kids that have been like saying racist stuff in my class, I remember. And it's really rough to hear that stuff because they're so young and everything.
Okay.
And or like saying stuff like that's racist or homophobic. It's like, who taught you to say that? And who like we need to teach them that it's not okay.
That is definite.
Yeah, I agree. Like there, and also like the whole entire problem was like I'm not being controversial, but like with the whole entire transgender, like parents promoting transgender for kids, like it's so messed up because those kids don't even know the complex of the whole entire thing that's outside of the world, and they just like say, oh, my child just became transgender even before he even learns how to speak, like that kind of messed up thing.
Right. So you're speaking about a bunch of things, right? We're speaking about violence, music, right? Gang violence, music, just identity issues, right?
Yeah.
That youth have,
That kind.
and stuff like that. So yeah, there's a lot going on, and so how are you dealing with it? How are you dealing with any of the issues today facing youth? Do you just ignore the gang violence? Do you know that type of rap music that focuses on gang violence, or like how do you deal with that?
I just deal with it by ignoring the whole entire problem. Like I'm just saying, like gang violence. I just say I don't want to, like I'm not interested in rap or anything of that. And for the whole entire, I'm just staying away from all of that problem about the LGBTQ and all of that. I'm just like that's their path. My path is different. I prefer like to stay on my religion and my studies. That's all. That's all I care about right now.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good preview instead of people fighting because of their religion. I know a lot of people that have like religious belief, and that's okay. But when they're fighting these people, I don't see that as okay. Because it's just you can accept others, but you can also stay like in your religion and you do your studies and everything. But why hate?
Why hate?
Yeah. And I think it's a good idea to just ignore all the stuff that's been happening, because when you try like to do research and stuff like that, it can really make you anxious. Like how people get anxiety from reading the news. That's the same thing.
Yes, the news, the internet, just social media, right?
Just to take a break sometimes, because it just puts a whole entire weight on you.
And do you ever take a break from like the news, social media, the world? And when you do take a break, what do? Like, do you have a hobby that it could be, you know, we talked about video games, but do you play an instrument? Do you play sports? Like,
Oh yeah, some hobbies I do have is drawing or playing the piano, because I have piano lessons.
wow, okay.
I also have swimming classes, so
Nice.
yeah. And also another way that I can just like also improve myself while avoiding my like social media and everything is just doing chores.
Yeah.
Doing chores is also really good, because it just takes a weight off of you, not one way but another way.
yeah. Anyone else about what they do probably to help them through like navigating your youth. Like,
I just like stick to my religion and my parents, as they're like the only primary ways as for me to discover stuff next to my instinct.
yeah.
Like to my view of the world, because those two help me shape my view of the world. And without them, I would have been like one of those lost people who doesn't even know what's going on. So, and also for the question before about the hobbies, like if I'm staying outside, it's either I go to a gym like to work out, or like if it's a good day, we just go outside like play basketball or enjoy the view, and play chess outside.
Excellent. Yeah, chess is great. Anyone else want to talk about your hobbies, about what you do? And you don't necessarily have to. But all right. So I'm gonna close this out with one last question. We talked a bit about hip hop. You spoke about hip hop.
Yeah.
We talked about gang violence that is promoted in certain kinds of hip hop. Is there anything? So from what you learned this summer regarding hip hop, talk to me about something positive you learned about hip hop. I know that we started that conversation over here talking about Colors and Ice-T and that movie, right? But anything else that you learned of any artists or anything
I got one.
about hip hop? Yes, sir.
So like we talked about like one of those music where it's I'm pretty sure it's where it talks about ladies first. I think it's
Oh
the
yeah,
name
ladies first. I was gonna talk about that one.
Yeah, they talked
Queen
about like
Latifah.
women's rights.
Queen Latifah.
It's a really good song because people like, and even in the lyrics, it tells like that people thought that women couldn't rap, but they were proving them wrong.
Yeah. Like the music on a personal level, I like that. I actually enjoy the music. It's not bad.
Anyone else? Anything positive that you learned about hip hop?
Yeah, it's really like it's like really good because like most hip hop that has like that teaches something.
Yeah.
I feel like that's something positive about hip hop when it teaches something important,
like
good.
For me, I love hip hop, and I love it because of those reasons, right?
Yeah.
The hip hop that has a soul to it, that has a consciousness to it, that is thinking about the world, that is not thinking about the individual, about how much money I have or anything like that, but it's just focused, or it's not thinking about disrespecting women or over like materialistic, right? But it's focused on the world, and it helps me see there's so many artists that I know, and I wish were promoted more, and I wish more of this kind of hip hop was out there more.
Yeah, I agree.
For sure, because when I was growing up, it was more of a balance, right? Where we had a lot of conscious hip hop, and then we also had this other kind of hip hop too. So you could get something, someone could get something from it. And so I wish that today the radio stations, the YouTubes, whatever is promoting hip hop will promote more of the conscious hip hop.
That kind of where it just tells you about their problem and their perspective.
Yep.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
So I'm going to thank you for taking part in this podcast. This is the Ray Ramirez podcast here at the College of Staten Island, brought to you by the Liberty Partnership Program, and I am part of the Lyric Lab. So thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Lou.
Thank you.
Just give me the countdown. Know when we go in.
Streets is yours for the taking.
Feels so good.